Hello, my friends. Chris Parsons here, author of It Starts With You. And, on a Facebook post of mine, there's been several people, all happen to be women, that have commented and said that it's not possible to be happy or have a happy marriage when you're married to a narcissistic partner. And there's a lot of truth to what they're saying, but it's not what they think. And so I want to address that. The first thing I want to say is that we all have, every single living human being has narcissistic traits, okay? Because we are by nature selfish creatures that are primarily concerned with what we want, right? And so there's a reason that I can almost guarantee their husbands have not been diagnosed with narcissistic personality disorder, the actual medical condition. It's just that they read about narcissism or maybe even had a marriage counselor tell them that their spouse was narcissistic. And what that is blame, right? It's absolving you of responsibility for your own happiness and your own part in the creation of the happiness of the marriage by having a false, fake diagnosis of what's wrong with your spouse, right? It's an easy out to make you feel better about yourself so that you don't have to take any responsibility. But the truth is, in every case that I've seen, a narcissistic spouse is married to a codependent person who has low feelings of self-worth in regards to their marriage, right? They might have high self-worth at work or something else, but their own sense of low self-worth led them to their codependent behavior, including not setting healthy boundaries, and especially is what the reason behind how they enabled their spouse to become more narcissistic, right? It's because they are looking to blame their spouse for the problems in their marriage. They don't want to take any personal responsibility for how they've shown up and how they've created that dynamic in their marriage. But a codependent person, when they're married to somebody who has a bit more of a selfish slant, is going to create in that person more and more traits of narcissism over time. Now, if your only goal is to feel good about yourself, in that you've got somebody to blame for your problems in your marriage, then fine. Blame your spouse for being a narcissist, right? I'm not saying it's not true, and I'm not saying that it doesn't affect your happiness. What I am saying is that if you want things to be different, if you want to actually be happy, then it's going to take you looking in the mirror about who you've been and how you've shown up to create that and allow that to be the reality of your marriage. If you want something different, then you've got to show up different. Who do you have to be to have a happy, healthy marriage, right? And a lot of people want to sit and say, well, who does my spouse have to be for me to be happy? Those people are never happy. Never. I have never met somebody who is in a happy, fulfilling marriage who sits back and thinks about what does their spouse have to do for them to be happy. So, if you have a narcissistic spouse, is it possible for you to have a happy, healthy marriage? 100% it is possible, beyond the shadow of a doubt. But what are you going to do to make that happen? If you haven't picked up your copy of It Starts With You yet, go check it out and read the book and learn about how to raise your self-worth, how to enforce healthy boundaries, how to not be codependent so that you can create a happy, healthy marriage and not enable your spouse to be a worse version of themselves any longer. All right, my friends, that's it for today.